Have you ever walked into a room and felt instantly drawn to someone without them saying a single word? Maybe you didn't know why, but something about their presence just stood out. It wasn't their clothes, it wasn't their smile. It was something deeper, something invisible but impossible to ignore. Here's the thing. Charisma isn't about being loud, extroverted, or perfect. It's not about charm or clever lines. It's about energy. Real emotional energy. In this video, we're going to break down the truth about charisma. And I promise you, it's not what you think. It's not about changing who you are. It's about becoming more of who you are with intention. You'll discover how real presence isn't about impressing people. It's about connecting with them. And it's not some rare gift you're either born with or not. It's a skill, a frequency you can learn to tune into. And once you do, people will feel it. By the end of this video, you'll understand why the most magnetic people aren't always the ones talking the most. They're the ones who know how to show up fully. So if you're ready to understand the emotional science of charisma and how to turn it on from the inside out, let's dive in.
Presence versus performance. We often confuse charisma with performance, but they couldn't be more different. Performance is about doing. Presence is about being. You've probably been in a room where someone didn't say much, and yet everyone noticed them. They weren't trying to dominate the conversation, they weren't louder, flashier, or more opinionated, but still, you felt their energy. That's presence. Now think of the opposite, someone clearly trying to impress. They talk a little too much. They laugh a little too loud. They perform instead of connect. And even if they're likable, there's something that doesn't feel grounded, something that feels off. Here's the truth. People can sense when you're trying too hard. And they can also sense when you're truly there, fully present, not pretending, not performing. Take someone like Keanu Reeves. He's not loud. He doesn't command attention with flashy charisma. But when he enters a space, people lean in. That's presence. It's not about dominating. It's about embodying. In a world of constant noise, true presence is rare and magnetic. When you give someone your full, undivided attention, without checking your phone, without rushing to respond, they feel it. Your energy tells them, I'm here. I see you. That's what we crave. So, next time you enter a room, remember, you don't need to say the most to be remembered. You just need to be completely there. No need to perform, no need to impress, just show up, real, grounded, and fully present. That's where charisma begins.
Emotional energy is contagious. Charisma isn't just what people see, it's what they feel when they're around you. Your emotional state is like a signal. Whether you're aware of it or not, you're always broadcasting it. Calm or anxious, confident or uncertain. Others pick it up, not through words, but through energy. This is where the science gets fascinating. Our brains contain something called mirror neurons, tiny systems that mimic the emotions of those around us. So when someone enters a room carrying stress or tension, the people nearby subtly absorb it. The same goes for calm, grounded energy. It spreads without a word. Ever been around someone who instantly puts you at ease? Or the opposite, someone who made the whole room feel tight just by walking in? That's emotional contagion. That's charisma in motion. This is why inner work is outer influence. You don't need the perfect quote or flawless delivery. You just need the right energy. Picture a leader who walks in, not with loud enthusiasm, but with steady confidence. You feel it. They don't need to demand respect. Their energy earns it. Want to be magnetic? Then check your emotional state before you interact. Instead of, what should I say? Try, how do I want them to feel? When you're joyful, grounded, and aligned, people naturally gravitate towards you. You become the emotional anchor in the room. And here's the secret. That impact starts before you even speak.
Charisma is listening, not speaking. We often think charismatic people are great speakers, but the most magnetic ones, they're incredible listeners. Think about it. When was the last time someone truly listened to you? Not just heard the words, but made you feel seen. That kind of attention is rare and powerful. Charisma isn't about dominating the conversation. It's about making others feel like they matter, and nothing does that faster than deep, intentional listening. There's a kind of magic that happens when someone isn't waiting to respond, isn't distracted, but is fully with you. That kind of presence creates trust almost instantly. Here are 3 listening techniques charismatic people use, often without even realizing. Mirroring, subtly matching the other person's tone or body language to create non-verbal connection. Pausing, letting a silence sit after someone finishes speaking. It gives weight to their words and shows you're not rushing. Paraphrasing, reflecting their thoughts back in your own words. It says, I heard you. I get you. And there's science behind this. When someone feels genuinely listened to, their brain releases oxytocin, the same chemical that creates trust, bonding, and emotional connection. That's how listening becomes influence. I remember once in a business meeting, I said almost nothing, just listened with full presence. By the end, the other person thanked me and said, I feel like we really connected. I hadn't shared any brilliant idea. I had simply made them feel understood. That's charisma. Not in the talking, in the hearing.
The power of vulnerability. Vulnerability isn't weakness. It's honesty without the mask. We often think being charismatic means being flawless, always confident, always composed. But real charisma comes from being real, from letting others see the parts of you that are human. Not broken, not dramatic, just honest. You don't need to spill your secrets to be vulnerable. It could be as simple as saying, I'm nervous, but I care about this. Or admitting, I don't have all the answers, but I'm willing to learn. These moments don't push people away, they draw them in. Think about the people you admire most. Are they perfect? Or are they relatable? It's likely the latter. They're strong enough to lead, but open enough to connect. There's a quiet strength in saying, this is me. And that authenticity creates emotional gravity. I remember giving a talk once where I felt the nerves building up, and instead of faking confidence, I took a breath and said, to be honest, I feel a little shaky right now, but this message matters to me, so I'm showing up anyway. The room softened. People leaned in, not because I impressed them, but because I let them in. Here's what most people don't realize. People aren't drawn to your perfection. They're drawn to your truth, to your courage in showing up as you are. Vulnerability isn't a performance. It's presence with the armor off. And that's where real charisma lives.
Charisma isn't about everyone liking you. Here's something most people don't want to hear, and it's exactly why they struggle with charisma. Trying to be liked by everyone makes you forgettable. Charisma isn't about being universally appealing. It's about being deeply aligned with the right people. You've probably met someone and instantly felt like you were on the same wavelength, like, I get this person. That's not an accident. That's called neural resonance. It's when your brain literally syncs with someone else's, and it only happens when you're being real. The irony, the more you try to please everyone, the more you water down what actually makes you magnetic, your authenticity. Let's say you're in a group and you adapt yourself to fit in. You hold back. You adjust your words. You hide the parts of yourself that might not be liked. Guess what? People can sense that. And even if they're polite, they won't feel drawn to you. Now contrast that with someone who shows up fully, values visible, energy unapologetic. Not everyone vibes with them, but the ones who do, they connect deeply. Think of someone like Brené Brown. She doesn't appeal to everyone, but to her audience, she's magnetic. Why? Because she's grounded in who she is. That's the power of being clear about your values and living them. So stop asking, how can I get more people to like me? Start asking, how can I be more fully myself and let that energy attract the right people? Charisma doesn't come from being everything to everyone. It comes from being unmistakably, unshakably you.
The charisma of purpose. People are naturally drawn to those who are going somewhere. It's not about having every step mapped out. It's about movement, direction, a sense that you're living with intention, not drifting, not stalling, but walking a path that means something to you. That energy, it's magnetic. Purpose creates presence. When someone has a fire inside, even a quiet one, you feel it. You might not know their full story or destination, but you sense they're on a mission, and that makes you want to pay attention. What's interesting is that charismatic people don't usually talk much about their purpose. They embody it. You see it in how they carry themselves, in how they speak, how they show up, how they listen. There's an emotional consistency to them, a quiet knowing, and that knowing is contagious. Think about it. Have you ever been around someone who's passionate about what they do? It doesn't matter if it's music, design, teaching, or activism. If their energy is real, you want to be around it. Their purpose becomes a gravitational pull. And no, you don't need to have it all figured out. Just being on the path, even if it's messy, gives you something most people are missing: momentum. And that's where charisma grows. So ask yourself, what matters to me right now? Even if the answer is small, live it fully. Because when you're aligned with something meaningful, your presence speaks before you do.
Practical ways to build real charisma. Now that you understand the emotional science of charisma, let's make it real. Let's bring it down to earth, to your everyday life. Because charisma isn't a gift, it's a skill. And like any skill, it can be practiced. Here are 5 simple, powerful ways to cultivate real, grounded charisma. 1. Be fully present in small moments. Whether you're grabbing coffee, texting a friend, or having a quick conversation, treat it like it matters. Put the phone down. Look someone in the eye. When you're fully there, people feel it. 2. Ask real questions and actually listen. Go deeper than, "How are you?" Ask, "What's something that's lighting you up lately?" People light up when they feel seen, and that starts with curiosity. 3. Speak slower, not louder. Want your words to land? Slow down. Speaking with intention makes people lean in. It signals confidence without having to force it. 4. Align what you say with what you do. Nothing is more magnetic than integrity. If you say you value kindness, live it. If you believe in growth, embody it. When your actions echo your values, people trust you, and trust is the root of influence. 5. Check your energy before you walk in. Pause. Breathe. Ask yourself, what energy am I bringing into this space? Calm? Tense? Joyful? You don't need to fake positivity, but you do need to be intentional. The energy you carry sets the tone for every interaction. You don't need to change your personality to be charismatic. You just need to be emotionally clear, present, and authentic. And when you are, charisma takes care of itself.
You don't get charisma. You become someone others want to connect with. Charisma isn't about performance. It's about emotional presence. It's about showing up in every space, whether quiet or loud, with authenticity, intention, and heart. So here is the question to take with you. What energy are you bringing into the world right now? Into your conversations, your relationships, your own mind? Because people feel you before they hear you. And the way you show up for yourself is how the world will start showing up for you. If this message sparked something in you, if it challenged you or reminded you of your power, share it. Send it to someone who needs to hear it. Let's build a community where real presence is the norm, not the exception. And hey, if you're walking this path too, hit that like button, subscribe, and let's grow together. Charisma starts now, from within.